The interview was a major contribution, countless others. It brings indescribable sadness to know.
Could the royal family be facing its most dramatic rift yet? Reports hint that King Charles and Prince William issued a shocking final warning, and the fallout is sending waves through the palace. Curious? The truth may surprise you. Make sure to subscribe for more updates on this unfolding drama. For much of her life, Princess Beatrice has been known as the quieter cousin, the one who smiled at events but rarely made headlines. She wasn't a central figure in the monarchy, nor was she expected to be. Yet suddenly, her name is being whispered in conversations about the royal family's future. With Prince Harry stepping away and Prince William carrying more weight than ever, someone needed to step in. That's when Beatrice was quietly brought forward. She began filling roles once thought out of reach, helping the monarchy maintain its presence, while other senior royals stepped back. But as Beatrice's importance grew, so did the tension. Not everyone was ready to welcome her into the spotlight. And it's here that the seeds of conflict started to take root. The British monarchy has always relied on a balance between tradition and change. But recently, that balance has been tested more than ever. King Charles's ongoing health treatments, paired with Princess Kate's recovery, left the royal family stretched thin. Suddenly, the institution felt smaller, older, and less visible. The public noticed. Without younger royals stepping up, the monarchy began to feel distant, almost outdated. Imagine a family business that suddenly finds itself without its key workers. Except this isn't just any business. This is the royal family, under the watchful eyes of millions around the world. That's when Prince William began to take matters into his own hands. He understood that if the monarchy didn't adapt, it could lose the support of the very people it was meant to represent. But his solution was not going to come without resistance. For years, Prince William has spoken about his vision of a modern monarchy, a slimmer, more efficient institution that feels closer to everyday people. He wants transparency with money, fresh energy in public life, and a focus on service rather than ceremony. His plan has several parts. First, reduce the financial burden by streamlining expenses. Second, bring in a younger generation of royals, faces the public can relate to. And third, focus on genuine engagement, not just tradition for tradition's sake. It's a bold vision. But as history shows, bold changes in the monarchy often bring bold reactions. Even within the palace, not everyone agreed with William's approach, and that disagreement was about to erupt. Queen Camilla has become an increasingly central figure. With King Charles focusing on his health, she has stepped forward to lead events, deliver speeches, and hold the monarchy's image steady. In many ways, she has been the glue holding everything together during this fragile time. But when William began assigning new roles to Princess Beatrice, Camilla's reaction reportedly surprised many. Rather than embracing the extra help, she expressed doubts. She understood the pressures of being in the public eye and worried about Beatrice's connections, especially to her father, Prince Andrew, whose reputation had already caused enough trouble. Her hesitation raised eyebrows. Why would Camilla resist the very support the family desperately needed? The answer lies in whispers of broken trust. Behind palace walls, trust is everything. Every conversation, every plan must remain confidential. But rumors began circulating that Beatrice, while close to William, also maintained warm ties with Harry and Meghan overseas. According to insiders, she may have been passing along private details, intentionally or not. To some, this looked like loyalty divided between two worlds, one inside the palace and one far beyond it. For the monarchy, already fragile and protective of its secrets, this was a serious concern. Imagine being welcomed into the fold only to be accused of sharing too much. For Beatrice, it meant suddenly being sidelined. And for Camilla, it became the perfect reason to keep her out of the inner circle. But this decision would spark a reaction that shocked everyone. It's said that King Charles and Prince William decided they had seen enough division. They reportedly gave Queen Camilla a firm, final warning. Step back from trying to block Beatrice. Their message was clear. If the monarchy was going to survive, they couldn't afford more fractures. This was more than a family dispute. It symbolized the deeper struggle within the monarchy, tradition colliding with modernization, secrecy clashing with transparency, and loyalty being tested in ways few could imagine. Think about it. When trust breaks down inside a family, it's painful. But when it happens in the royal family, the consequences ripple far beyond their walls. And this wasn't the only cutoff making headlines. Prince William's modernization plan wasn't just about bringing new people in. It was also about letting go of old patterns. Financial restructuring meant trimming down roles and expenses. For some, this meant losing privileges that had been part of their lives for decades. Take, for example, Queen Camilla's own sister, Annabelle Elliot. For years, she had been paid for her design services within the royal circle. But William decided it was time to make changes, and the payments ended. It wasn't personal, he insisted, just part of restructuring. To outsiders, this seemed harsh. To William, it was necessary, and it showed that no one, not even those close to Camilla, was immune from the new order. At the center of all this change stands Prince William, a son, a husband, a father, and a future king. He is supporting his father through illness, caring for his wife during recovery, and still carrying the full expectations of the monarchy on his shoulders. It's a heavy burden, one that demands both strength and vision. He's already stepping into roles that once belonged to his father, preparing for a future that might come sooner than expected. But the question lingers, can one man carry so much without faltering? That's why he's leaning on family, even cousins who have never been front and center before. This is where Beatrice, Eugenie, and other cousins step in. William has been seen inviting them to events, garden parties, and gatherings. It's his way of quietly testing how they could help the monarchy's public image. For the public, seeing younger faces brings a sense of renewal. It feels less like an aging institution and more like a family in touch with modern life. Beatrice, with her charm and poise, fits naturally into this picture. But here's the catch. While William may want them involved, the monarchy hasn't officially made them working royals. They live in a strange in-between space, sometimes stepping in, sometimes stepping back, and that uncertainty keeps everyone guessing. One of the monarchy's biggest challenges today is connecting with younger generations. Surveys show that many young people feel less connected to the royal family. Part of this is because the monarchy often communicates through older, traditional channels, like television and newspapers, while the world has moved online. Beatrice and others from her generation could help close that gap. They're relatable, social, and comfortable with the modern world. But at the same time, their personal careers and private lives make it unclear how much they can or want to commit. So the question remains, can the monarchy capture the hearts of younger audiences before it drifts too far into the past? While all of this unfolds, Queen Camilla remains a fascinating figure. Once seen as an outsider, she has become a steady presence. Her public engagements, her calm demeanor, and her dedication to King Charles have earned her quiet respect. But her choice to cut off Beatrice revealed another side. Some saw it as protecting the monarchy from potential leaks. Others saw it as controlling who gets close to power. Either way, it showed the influence she holds at a time when the monarchy is under pressure. Her relationship with William has improved over the years, especially as they've supported each other through their spouses' illnesses. But moments like this prove that even allies can clash when the stakes are this high. The royal family today is a picture of contrasts. On one hand, moments of unity, standing together for Charles and Kate. On the other, deep divides, disagreements about Beatrice, the absence of Harry, and the shadow of Andrew's controversies. Every family has its struggles, but here every whisper becomes a headline. Every rumor becomes a debate. And every decision shapes not only their private lives, but also the institution itself. So is the monarchy united in purpose, or quietly splintering from within? That's the question hanging in the air. Looking ahead, the monarchy faces perhaps its most uncertain chapter in decades. King Charles continues his duties as best he can, but much of the focus is already on William. His vision of a modern monarchy could be the very thing that secures its future, or the risk that divides it further. Princess Beatrice's story is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Whether she becomes a key figure or remains on the sidelines, her presence reflects the challenges of balancing tradition, family loyalty, and the demands of a changing world. For centuries, the monarchy has weathered storms, but the question now is simple: can it weather itself? The story of Beatrice, Camilla, William, and Charles isn't just about royal drama. It's about trust, change, and the weight of history colliding with the future. The final warning may have been aimed at one person, but its echo reaches across the entire monarchy. So what do you think? Should Princess Beatrice have a bigger role in shaping the future, or was Queen Camilla right to keep her at a distance? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. And if you're ready to uncover even more royal secrets and untold stories, make sure to check out our next video. You won't want to miss what's coming next.